Hi everybody, thank you very much for joining me today. It's Verity here from inkybuzzflow.wordpress.com. I thought it was time to start sharing some of the brand new products that are coming your way in June. So as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I'm very lucky to be able to get my hands on the new catalogues ahead of time to the regular customers. And I also get to pre-order some items, not everything, but a selection of items from the catalogue ahead of time. So this is I can only show you the front cover. I'm not allowed to show you anything else until it goes live. But you've got a few little sneak peeks, some of which you're going to see in the video as well. So I do have some more of these catalogues available. The people who've already requested them have already had them sent out, and anybody who shopped with me before has had them already. But if you would like one, please message me via my blog address, so inkybuzzflow.wordpress.com. There's a contact me page, so if you are interested in getting your copy of the catalogue, which is free of charge, then please let me know. So today is about the new in colours. So every year Stampin' Up will release 5 exclusive colours, and these were available for us to pre-order in the cardstock and other portions, but the ink pads weren't available yet. But I just wanted to share with you what they were. So first of all, we have this lovely yellow colour, which is sort of a honey shade, which is called Bumblebee. Then we have Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade. This is just beautiful soft green. The previous couple of greens that we've had, so we had Call Me Clover, which is just retiring, and the year before that this Cucumber Crush, and they were really bright, vibrant greens. This is like a nice soft green. Then we've got this really vibrant pink, really bright, and then this beautiful blue. So it's a little more washed out, but beautiful colour. Okay, I thought you might want to see how they compare with similar colours that are already in the palette. So Bumblebee against Crushed Curry. So Bumblebee is just that little bit more muted against the Crushed Curry. So Cinnamon Cider is a interesting colour. It's kind of got some orange tones to it. So I thought I'd bring out Cajun Craze to compare that to. Okay. Just Jade. In terms of the current colour palette, I was wondering, you've got Bermuda Bay, which sits there, which is a bit more on the blue tone, but then we've got Mint Macaron, which is more on the green tone, so sits somewhere between those. Probably more with them. It's probably shades darker than Mint Macaron, I would say. Probably. I think Bermuda Bay is probably a bit blue, really. So that's that. This is how Magenta Madness compares to Melon Mambo. So much brighter, lighter, sort of more washed out colour compared to Melon Mambo. And then this is how Misty Moonlight compares to Night of Navy. Okay, so that gives you an idea of where they sit within the colour families. So those are the cardstocks. Obviously I've cut down some to make projects. The in colours will have a matching set of DSP. So again, the patterns on the 6x6 in colour DSPs change. each year. So first of all we have Bumblebee. So we have one side with these dots, which aren't actually solid dots. They've got stripes on them. Can you see that? Just about. It's quite subtle on the camera. In real life it shows a little bit more. And they run, one row will run this way and then the other row runs the other way in terms of the little stripes, which is cute. And then this text is actually Stampin' Up Statement of the Heart, to love what we do and to share what we love in all the languages within the European market. So there's French, German, Dutch. Okay, so that's that. There you are. Took me a minute to work out. There we go in the middle there, to love what we do and share what we love, which is cute. And then the flip side, we have this nice generic texture. I like things that you can match with anything. And then we have a wood grain, which isn't white. It is a lighter shade of the colour. So that's like in Bumblebee. And then cinnamon cider. The distress one is white. This isn't. Just jade. Magenta Madness. Love all the alliteration. And Misty Moonlight. Okay, so that's the DSP, Designer Series paper. Always get some ribbons as well, so all the same colours. Really nice ribbon. So this is 1/4 inch ribbon, and it's a lot like the chevron ribbon that we had in a previous catalogue, but maybe not as wide, and it has some nice texture to it. Really pretty. So we've got that in all the matching colours in there. I've yet to use a full spool of these things. I mean, you get oodles on a spool. How much do you get? You get 10 yards, which is 9 metres. Blooming loads. As I say, I'm yet to finish a whole pack of ribbon. In anything really. I think the only thing I've used whole reels of is like the tool, where the polka dot tool, because it's white and it's carried over a couple of times. So I think I have actually managed to finish some spools of that. Embellishments. So these are enamel dots. So again, all 5 colours. These are open, so I have used some of those already. So how many do you get? 3, 6. So 20 of each colour in each packet. Really nice, and they're really shiny. Nice enamel dots. So there's those. Yeah, and then so that's what I want to show you in terms of the in colour products. So these are the cards that I've made, and you'll see that there's some other things on there that are new. So these banners are a brand new punch, which is amazing. This is really clever. This is the punch. I should put this to one side for 1 second. This is called the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. So this will actually do 6 different styles of punch, if you like. So let's get that in the right light so you can try and so you don't actually see the reflection of all my gear on the thing. But there's some dotted lines. Oh, there we are. See the dotted lines there? So this will cut 1/2 inch, 3/4 or 1 inch strips of paper and give it this decorated edge, and so will this side. So there's 3 widths in 2 patterns, giving you 6 different combinations. So this is brand new, and it actually comes in a bundle with this beautiful stamp set, lovely used stamp set, really nice sentiments in there, and then all these lovely little images. So these are the ones that are on the front of the catalogue that you might have just glanced at there. So I can see me using this a lot. If I'd have had the matching inks, these would probably have ended up on my samples for you today. But I've worked around that and come up with those designs instead. So this is really nice. Nice just because you're my person. That's cool. Wildly grateful. Love is what makes us family. Miles apart, but still in my heart. Quite appropriate for what's going on right now. Then we've got Cherish Friend, Trust Me You're Lovely, and then we've got Smile, Let's Cheer You Up, and Heartfelt up there as well. Really nice set. So this is a cling set. And then the other thing, so these little teeny tiny flowers are also created with a new punch, which is called confetti flowers. So this has dual purpose. So I've just used it to punch out some bits to stick on the card, but you can also, this style of punch makes a border. So you punch in the middle, move it down, line it up with the pattern on here, and then you can get a border. And this is also available as a bundle in the new catalogue with this set, Field of Flowers. So it will punch out these little things. I mean, these are teeny tiny. You can see me using this a lot. And I quite like how you can build the sentiments. So the font's quite similar to the other set as well. So maybe they could potentially work together as well. So this lovely scripty Always, which must be... I reckon that must be getting on for an inch and a bit high. And then these little tack on phrases, and this border, I can see me using that quite a lot for different things. And cute little dragonfly, just a nice little touch. That one's photopolymer, the other one was a cling stamp. So there you go, some sneak peeks there of what's coming. And like I say, these are the cards I made. So we've basically used one sheet of the A4 cardstock, we've used one sheet of DSP, and then some bits and bobs to cut the tags. These flowers from the new punch, these are from the Small Blooms punch. This was the one that carried over from Celebration, which I'm so pleased about. So that's there. Then we've got the enamel dots there. I think these look funny because they look like little fried eggs. Look like little fried eggs. So that's what we're going to be making. So that's the bumblebee version. Cinnamon cider. Just Jade. I love that. I think that colour's brilliant. I love it. And these are the magenta madness ones. That is a proper pink. If you like proper hot pink, that is. I thought Melon Mambo was hot pink. That's hot pink. Okay, so those are those colours. So I've got all the bits prepped to then make the Misty Moonlight counterparts for this. So let's put these ones to one side. Talk you through how we've put those together. So didn't want to cut everything on camera, so I've prepared a lot of the pieces already. This was 3/4 of an inch wide and started off about 3.5–4 inches, and I punched the end with the decorative, the extra decorative one on both ends. So there's that piece. We've got a 2¼ inch circle of vellum. Those are the little flowers from the confetti punch, so I just picked out the 3 large ones out of the little bits that came out of that. And then I've already cut down my card base, so if you haven't seen that before, I make my card bases by cutting lengthways at 4 1/8, scoring at 5 7/8 of an inch, and then I've cut these layers. I would normally only do an 1/8 of an inch border, but I wanted more of the cardstock to show through, so I've just taken it down an extra 1/8 of an inch, and then an 1/8 of an inch smaller for this. So let's get the DSP stuck down to that panel. Just going to use snail for that. And layer that up. Again, line up 3 edges. The 4th will follow. Yep. And then this is going to go straight down onto the card base. This is cardstock, so I'm just going to put an extra bit in the middle just to make sure it sticks. Like so. Press that down firmly. My vellum circle, I'm just going to put some tape there-ish, because what we want to do is hide that adhesive behind the banner in the middle. So when I push this down, the tape, oh, you can see that there, it does show through, so you want to have something to hide that. So that's the card base prepped for a sec. So what I want to do is just bring in this, because you may have noticed if I bring in the one that I've already done for the other card, to get round the issue of not having the matching ink, I decided to white heat emboss the sentiments onto the coloured cardstock and then layer onto the white. So that's how I got around that. So I thought I'd just quickly Stampin' Emboss this set for you. So when we heat emboss, we need a sticky ink to catch the powder, the thermographic powder. So we use Versamark ink, clear sticky ink, and then I'm using the white Stampin' Emboss powder, which isn't going to focus. Anyway, it's white Stampin' Emboss powder. Okay, really nice and fine, so it'll pick up the details. So I've got this this tidy tray, is something I've had for many years. Very, very useful when it comes to doing something like this, because you want to be able to catch all the powder in one place. You can use a piece of cardstock that's been folded. I do find, particularly for this kind of situation where I need to be able to put things away, it can just be moved to one side and catches all the powder instead of making a mess on your desk. So I've just lightly tapped the stamp onto that ink pad and made sure it's coated. With it being colourless, it's hard to tell. And then I'm using my grid paper to make sure this strip is straight, and likewise with the stamp block. So I'm trying to get my head in position so I can see that without headbutting the camera. It's roughly there. It may not be quite bang on, because I can't get my head over it, but just some firm pressure on there. My stamping scrib's off to one side here, so I'm just going to whoops, a daisy, without dropping it. There we go. That's what acrylic blocks sound like when they hit the floor. And then, so you can see a watermark effect with Versamark ink. But if I just sprinkle that powder over the top and flick off the excess, so that's so it's not shiny at all right now, it's quite dull. So that's how you get the powder onto the ink. And then I'm going to use a heat tool, and I'm going to gently heat over the top and underneath where I've stamped, and it will melt the powder and make it glossy. Now my cord won't, well, my cord will fit over here. This is going to be loud though, that's the thing, so I'm just going to run it off camera just for a minute. Try not to burn your fingers. So run it over the top, run it behind, heats the paper, cardstock, and then hopefully you'll see that I don't know whether you caught, I was concentrating on not burning my fingers, so I couldn't see what couldn't see what was happening. So it's gone brighter, and it's now got a sheen to it rather than being matte. Okay, so that's how we heat emboss the sentiment. I'm going to bring in the punch. So if you've never used one of these Stampin' Up punches before, they clip shut. So you use this clip at the bottom which releases the punch. Okay, try not to get your hand anywhere near there, it will hurt. Ask me how I know that. So these are good quality punches, and the ridges here, come on, so those stepped ridges allow you to line up your card stock that you've cut to size already into the punch. Okay, so I can't do it in mid-air to show you, but I wanted to get it closer to the camera so you could see what I was talking about. So I'm using this design which has got more of a blunt end to it. It's very pretty though, I do like it. So I'm just lining that up with the appropriate step, if you like, on there, so it's nice and straight. It's going straight in, and I'm pushing it as far as it will go into the punch. Okay, if your cutting's a little bit off, it won't sit. See, mine's just fractionally wider than the groove that it allows. So this, you know, these are machine tooled, hand cut, well, using a trimmer to cut cardstock. You do it by eye, so it won't be as accurate. So then you get this nice. So you can see I've missed it slightly there, but you know what? Doesn't matter. And then flip it over this way, that way, whichever, and do the same again. Slide it in all the way, get it straight, and punch that down, and there you get the other. And there's your punch poo underneath, which can go away. So I'm just going to use some snail to stick that to this white layer. And guess what? We're adding dimensionals. Told you that I don't. It's going to have to be a challenge one day to actually make you a card with no dimensionals on. It'd be even more of a challenge if I have no layers on it either. It'd be like direct to paper stamping. That's brave, that is. Right, the dots on the DSP will help you line everything up. See, you've got the same amount sticking out top and bottom there. And then I think next we're going to apply the little flowers. So I'm going to show you another tool that we've got, which is called the Take Your Pick tool. I couldn't find this the other day when I was showing you some of the stuff. So it's a double-ended tool. So this end has this soft putty tip, which will pick up these little tiny things. So that's that end, and then this end you can unlock it by twisting it. So I've got the pokey tool end in place at the moment, and then if I twist that and pull it out, there's a spatula on there. I'll twist that back in, and it also comes with a stylus adapter as well. So two ends, again double-ended, and I believe when you buy the tool to start off with, it also has a replacement putty tool as well. So when if that gets all dirty and doesn't pick up your embellishments anymore, you just sort of peel it off, twist the end, and some new putty comes out to refresh it, and eventually that will obviously wear out. I haven't had it wear out yet, to be fair. It seems to last a really long time. So that's what we'll use there. I'm going to get out our Tombow adhesive. So again, we want our visual triangle, so I'm just going to place some little dabs of glue where I want those to go, and then use the tool to drop those into place. Right, whilst those are just firming up, we'll tie our little bow. So there's about 7-ish, 8-ish inches of ribbon here. Make my bunny ears, tie them round in a single knot, she says, and let go of it. So I've hurt my thumb, so my grip isn't quite tight enough today. So fiddle and fuss with your bow as much as you want. Oh, there we go, that's cool. Let's keep that as it is. Grab a glue dot. I don't know what I was going to say then. Glue dot. Pressure adhesive. So press it against the glue dot, lift it off, and this is going something like there. Take a sharp pair of scissors and lop off those tails. Do it at an angle. It looks a little. There we are. Then we'll use our pokey tool to pick up these enamel dots. So these are already adhesive, so you can just pick them up on the end of the tool, slide them into place. That one's a bit wonky. I grabbed it before I could move it. So that's the first one done. Okay, set that to one side. Let's quickly prepare the other one. So a bit more of this is done, so I'm not going to be heat embossing this one. I'm just going to assemble this one. So again, we've got so what I should say is these two panels, I might have actually mentioned it, they've actually come off just one sheet of the DSP, and all you end up with in terms of leftover is these little strips. Watch this space, I may well post something I've done with those as well, so make sure you get the most out of every bit of your DSP. The pack comes with it's 40 sheets, so it will be 8 sheets in each of the colours, which means there'll be 4 each of the two designs, two double-sided designs, if that makes sense. So there's loads in a packet. So this panel I am sticking on dimensionals. The other one was flat. So it's quite long. Just put a couple in the middle there, stops it sagging in the middle. So those are the backs. So again, if you line up the top border, hopefully it will fit in nicely. So this guy's going across the end, so I just want a dimensional under the end because the middle portion is raised, and we'll just add some snail over here. Make sure that's secured in place. Did I take the backing off? No, I didn't. Helps if you take the back off. They're so much more sticky when you do that. So again, line it up with the dots and then it won't look wonky. So press that into place. You've seen me do this before as well. So I'm going to just give some shape to my little flowers by pressing this large shaping tool into the middle, like so. Little dabs of glue onto there. Like these are big enough to pick up if you can slide them off your grid paper. Put these two down there, this one up there. Just give that time to dry while we cut. So another 8-inch ish strip of ribbon. If I'm not, usually I would do this with the ribbon still on the spool, and then I can make sure the bow's something like near the end of the spool, and then cut off this tail to the right length. But like I say, you get so much of it. What do I make? Too much difference. So another glue dot on there. Let's pull that off, and we'll just stick that somewhere like there. Again, just trim the tails, do it at an angle, it's all nice and pretty. Well, that wasn't so much of an angle, but you get the idea. And yep, just final touch is to add the enamel dots. one's just come apart slightly on me, so what I'm going to do is use my pickup tool, add some glue, drop that back on, so that will dry clear, that'll be fine. And there you go. So if I bring in the other one, okay, 2 cards featuring the, in this particular case this is Misty Moonlight, so the new 2020-2022 in colours, some new punches and ribbons and stamp sets, and I think they look really pretty. Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, if you do want one of the new catalogues, then please drop me a message. If you like the video, I'd really appreciate some likes and subscribes. The link to the corresponding blog post will be in the description. There I will link to the products, which will be available from the 3rd of June to purchase. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great bank holiday, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.